What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Total Swans TV. This is your match preview ahead of the Championship semi-final second leg between Swansea City and Brentford. It's being played at Griffin Park Wednesday night, 7:45 kickoff. The Swans go into this game with a fantastic 1-0 lead after the victory at the Liberty Stadium on Wednesday. A very, very good and impressive, solid performance from the Swans. Brentford, very, very dangerous in attack. And the game definitely swayed ways once that red card was brandished by the referee, sending off Rico Henry. I think it was about the 61st minute. A few minutes later, Andre Ayew steps up for a penalty. David Raya with a very good save. Not the best penalty from Andre Ayew, but a very good save nonetheless from the goalkeeper. Kept the scores at 0-0. It took then until the 81st minute for Andre Ayew to work some magic once again. Very good link-up play on the right-hand side between himself and Connor Roberts. Played the ball into Gallagher. His first touch then went to Jay Fulton. Andre Ayew reacted immensely. Left foot, top right-hand corner, straight past David Raya. Swans 1-0 up, goes running off down to the technical area. And the Swans run away with that, a 1-0 win. As I did mention, Henry did get a red card, which has now been rescinded. Thomas Frank guaranteed it, and he's got what he wanted. Henry's red card has been overturned by the panel, by the FA, and deemed that the referee got that decision incorrect. So he now is available for selection for Thomas Frank for Wednesday night for the second leg. Obviously saying that the Swans are travelling to Griffin Park for the second leg, a very long, historic stadium for Brentford. It is the very last game that will be played competitively at the stadium on Wednesday. So the Swans feature in that, so hopefully we can sort of be party poopers and not give Brentford that fairy tale ending to Griffin Park that they so desperately want. We need to put a halt to them trying to get to the Premiership and prevent them from winning. If they win, it goes to extra time and penalties. If it's 1-0, Swans just need a draw. Just need a draw. We can't go there to play for it. We got to go to look to win. But if we draw at the end of the game, the Swans are going to Wembley. What an achievement that would be for Steve Cooper and the team this season. Don't think anybody at all, even other fans of teams in the division, give us any chance at all of finishing in the playoffs. Watching a lot of YouTubers league predictions at the start of the season and now them reacting to it at the end of the season, they can't believe how well we've done. A lot of them had Swans to finish sort of mid-table, a couple of them a bit further down. One or two sort of around the playoffs, but nobody really had us predicted to finish in the playoffs or be a serious contender to try get to Wembley at the end of the season. But we're there so far. We're doing well. We're 1-0 up against Brentford, and we've proved everybody wrong, including pundits and including Swansea fans, myself included. I thought about 10th, 11th we'd finish, maybe just inside the top 10. But what a fantastic end of the season we had since football resumed after lockdown. And we've just pushed on and pushed on. We had one little hiccup against Luton. Okay, we lost against Leeds, but we have been absolutely superb in every single game ever since. Couple of draws along the way, but we picked up a handful of wins along the way towards the end of the season. And going into this second leg now at Griffin Park, the Swans are the informed team of the two. Brentford having losing their last 3 games. Obviously, they lost to Stoke, then they lost to Barnsley, and then they lost to us on Wednesday. So the Swans are 3 undefeated, 3 victories going to the end of the season and going into this second leg. So the Swans are the informed team. Fingers crossed that will prove pivotal in the way that this result goes on Wednesday. I'm feeling very confident, as I usually am. We're on such a high since the end of the season. We've got to keep this momentum going. We have to keep pushing on and trying to get to Wembley. And fingers crossed, that's 90 minutes if that happens. Who knows? Whoever we face, Fulham or Cardiff, if we get there, there's every possibility of getting back to the Premiership. So we just have to attack this game as we did on Wednesday against Brentford at the Liberty Stadium. Just go straight at them. I think we had our first opportunity. It was offside, but we had our first opportunity at goal within about 40 seconds into the game. So, we were attacking Brentford from the off. That game, we probably had the best first half of the first half. Brentford then came into it after the water break and towards half-time, and then the second half, Brentford started off a lot better, and then obviously that red card for Henry then just completely killed their forward momentum, and the Swans just continued to put the pressure on and got their just reward at the end. But as I say, this isn't going to be an easy game. Brentford are going to want to go out with a bang, to say goodbye to their stadium. It's a shame that the fans cannot be there for it. It's a momentous occasion, moving from from an old stadium to a brand new one. So much history there, and it's very unfortunate that the fans cannot be in attendance. Saying that, I would have loved to have gone up as well. I missed out on it this season, and had we had another opportunity to go, I certainly would have gone this year. But it's a very difficult place to go, Brentford and Griffin Park. On the home league table, just checking it out today, Brentford sit second, 23 games, 14 wins, 5 draws and 4 losses. They've scored 44 goals at home and only conceded 18. 3 straight defeats coming into this, but they've been absolutely phenomenal at Griffin Park this season. The Swans, their away form, I've had a look at the away table as well just to compare, because I know that our away form has been an awful lot better than our home form. The Swans in the away form this season after 23 games would sit 4th in that table. That's 8 wins, 11 draws and 4 defeats only, with 35 goals scored and 30 conceded. So the Swans an awful lot more prolific away from home than they have been at the Liberty Stadium this season. So that is a very promising sort of stat to look forward to, although Brentford are very dominant at home as well. We have only lost 4 on the road, and we've drawn 11. So that is, a positive sort of stat to look forward to going into this game. We've won 8 as well. So that makes me confident. I'm not sure about you guys. Let me know down below, obviously, what your score predictions are going to be for this game and for Cardiff and Fulham's second leg. Obviously, that ended in Fulham 2-0 last night, and what a fantastic, beautiful display that was in the second half by Fulham. Completely picked Cardiff apart. I thought Cardiff were unfortunate not to go ahead in the first half, but don't take your chances. You don't win football games. So good luck to whoever in that second leg. To be honest, watching that sort of performance, I'm not really bothered who the Swans would face in the final. But as I say, I'm very confident in going to Griffin Park Wednesday and trying to get the win and secure our place in Wembley for the playoff final. Team news, briefly. Cooper's press conference was yesterday. The news of the red card for Henry being overturned today. Pretty much the only Brentford team news I can give you. For the Swans, Routledge is still touch and go. Steve Cooper hasn't confirmed if he's available for selection just yet. Obviously, Woodman is still out. Cal Norton returns from his 3-match suspension following the red card against Nottingham Forest. Mike van der Hoorn played his first 90 minutes of football since returning from injury, so very well done to him. Steve Cooper was saying when he came off from the pitch, Steve Cooper was saying that when he came off against the game against Brentford that he was 90 minutes. So I think he was quite shocked to have played it, but I think he'd be pleased and hopefully he can recover really quickly and be ready for Wednesday night, because I thought he put in a very good shift. Other than Ben Rama skipping past him, but he's done that to almost every single centre-back this season, so that was nothing new to see on the field. And obviously he was very unlucky with that opportunity. Thankfully it went skyrocketing over the crossbar. Before I give you all my thoughts on the game, here is Billy from the Besotted podcast, Brentford fan, with his thoughts on the game.
Straight after the night before, and for Brentford fans that was a gutter. First thing I have to say, Swansea, great game that you played, great team, scored a brilliant goal. Ayew, we knew he was going to cause us problems, so we haven't got any issues with that at all. We knew it's going to be a bit of a ding-dong. You play good football, we play good football, so it's going to, whoever's going to get the breakthrough. I think the gutting thing about it, and it's the thing that everyone's talking about, is that referee, Keith Stroud. Listen, 2006, I was there at the Liberty Stadium, and we played during the playoffs. We lost. And if I remember rightly, Stroud was the referee then as well, and he sent off Nelson, our goalkeeper. So he's got a track record of doing it against us. Listen, we don't win any playoffs. We've lost 8 out of 8, and we're on track to lose 9 out of 9 now. But the one thing that I will say is that Brentford fans in the pub, if you listen to Pride of West London, that's our podcast, they were actually quite up after that game, believe it or not. They were gutted about the ref, but they said actually we showed great signs that we had control in a lot of the parts of the game. Yes, you hit the post. Yes, you had a penalty that was brilliantly saved. But other than that, our game plan was to keep it fairly tight and then try and nick it if we can, but go back with a draw. And if it wasn't for the referee sending off Henry, who's one of our key players, we brought in a little kid who, to be fair to the kid, he's learning, but he didn't track Ayew when he got that shot, and great, Ayew did really well. But, that killed us in the game. But we're happy that it was only 1-0, because if it was 2-0, we would have been down and out. And that 1-0 means we can go to Griffin Park with no fear. Because, if you look at it, when we came into lockdown, we had no fear. We just played bang, bang, bang. 7 in a row. No, easy peasy as we did it. Okay, it's tough, but you know what we're saying. So 7 in a row, and then the pressure started to hit a little bit. Now there's no pressure because we're behind, we're out. So we can go back into that game, no fear, and actually play the attacking football that we do. So I think I won like I hope, is that we will go into that game, play our game, the players will get a little bit of the luck that they need because they haven't had it the last few games. We get a goal back and then it's going to be game on, and I think it's going to be a wicked game down at Griffin Park. Shame that you can't come down and give us a good send-off for our last game at Griffin Park. You know, you'll be welcome in all the pubs and everything like that down there, but other than that, no problems. Let's see what happens on Wednesday, but I think that it's going to be very tight. There's going to be hearts and mouths on both sides, but I think we'll nick it just by 1 goal. 3-1. UBs.
Excellent, thank you very much, Billy. So on to my thoughts for this game. I thought we were really good defensively and in attack on Wednesday in the first leg. So I'm fully expecting to see the same sort of attitude and tactics from Steve Cooper and the boys. And fingers crossed we can just attack this game straight away from the off, get an early goal, because I feel the early goal is going to be vital in this game. It'll certainly lay a foundation for that team to go on and attack for the rest of the game. Fingers crossed it is the Swans, as I say, that'll put us 2-0 up in the leg, and Brentford with absolutely everything to chase. You know, I'd love to go 1-0 up just before half-time. That completely changes everything then for Thomas Frank and confuses him even more. Gives him a harder time in the second half and makes sure that that Brentford have to attack and try and get 3 goals or more to win. Feelings on the game, again, I think it's going to be a very difficult match. Obviously, Brentford's so dangerous in attack and so strong in defence at home. But saying that, you know, our stats are very promising away from home. So for me, it's going to be a very even game. I thought that the first leg was going to be, you know, a standard for Championship football, beautiful football, good attack with a bunch of goals. We had 1 goal, and it wasn't really, you know, the most eye-catching performance from both teams. A lot of long balls over the top and a bit of scrappy play in between, but there was some lovely link-up play, and you know the goal was spectacular. But I think this game will certainly highlight you know, just how good both these teams are in this league. And I think there's goals in this one. A lot more goals than we saw at the Liberty Stadium. For me, thankfully, positive. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Swans win. I can see us getting a goal in that first half. Maybe Brentford equalising during the game, but then I think while they be chasing it, I think the Swans will just pick them off and get another goal. I'm going to go obviously with Andre Ayew, and I think Conor Gallagher may grab himself a goal. He's due one, maybe a set piece, who knows. But for me, Conor Gallagher and Andre Ayew on the score sheet, and probably Ollie Watkins or Ben Rama for Brentford. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much once again for tuning in and watching this match preview for the Championship semi-final second leg at Griffin Park on Wednesday. As I was saying, leave your score predictions down below for both legs. Brentford against Swansea and Fulham against Cardiff in those second legs. Both games being played in London. So leave your score predictions down below, guys. If you haven't already, we're on the road to 750 subscribers. Please hit that subscribe button now, like the video, and I will catch you Wednesday night about 7:10, ready live on the channel, ready for that match watch along. So guys, until then, have a good week, and I'll catch you next time.